Now, the one thing I will say is... I mean, come on. Guys, you will not believe this. I just recorded... Ooh, this thing sounds so good. I just recorded for 10 minutes and this thing was not picking up any audio for my microphone, but it's okay because I remembered everything we talked about. And today, you guys, we're getting closer to March. It's right around the corner. And that's when they said they're going to update this game. Now, I really hope they don't flop us like they did in the January update because that was a big disappointment. And this game only has a year cycle. A year cycle of content that they guaranteed for us. I really hope they do longer than that, but we're already 3 months in and we don't have any new cars, any new challenges, any new events. It's pretty scary. I already did a top 5 list of wants and needs, but I'm going to do a top 3 this time that I didn't include in there that I think are some mandatory picks. And we're going to go number 3 to 1. Number 1 is the main topic of this video that you guys saw in the title. And I believe that's obviously a big issue. But number 3, we got the lobby size, the size of the lobby. It's just too small. 16 is not enough. If there are 2, 8-man races going on, or a 7-man race and an 8-man race, that last guy's just sitting there with nobody to race against. Like, there's no way I'm not getting races. There's no way people aren't accepting my challenges. It's a little ridiculous. Like, it's so hard to get a race if I'm not streaming. Like, off stream, it takes me forever to get a singular race started. Unless, I have to switch lobbies 3 or 4 times to find people racing in the same class I'm in. There should be some kind of quick match thing to where you can just select S-Class quick match this playlist, and then it puts you in a queue for people that are ready to race that race and swaps you in the lobby and swaps somebody out maybe that's not in that playlist. I don't know. Like, there needs to be a different way to race that's more consistent and quicker. And, I don't want to run S+ races, and most of my lobbies are wasting their time running S+ races. I hate S+. It's not a good feeling. It feels like they multiply the traffic by 3. And there's, only a set amount of cars that are good. I really need that fixed. That is number 3 because I forgot to include that in the last top 5 list, which if you guys want to check that out, go ahead, because most of the things I mentioned there will not be mentioned here as they still stand as the January update was a quick fix that fixed nothing. Okay. Now, number 2, I haven't put, a lot of crazy stuff in this playlist because I really want to focus on these 3 things as they will literally change this game for the better without having to add any content. Now, mind you, I'm leaving out adding more content because I feel like that's so obvious. Like, yeah, obviously we need more cars. Obviously, we need more races. Obviously, we need more events. And I already put that in the other video. They should know that, and that should be something that's known. But number 2 is the freedom of tuning. Now, the reason I say this is because if we go into the handling tuning here, this car is fully built, full gripped out. The only thing I put on was the gold supercharger because the elite one doesn't sound as good as the gold one. Whatever. And the max I can get is 40% grip, and that's with full track, full road parts. That's crazy. I should be able to throw this thing to 100% grip, man. There's no reason a Miata, which is a track purpose car in real life, and also a good, drift car if you wanted to build it for that, can't go to 100% grip. There's no reason that an S2K shouldn't be at 100% grip. There's no reason that any Porsche or any BMW shouldn't be at 100% grip. There's absolutely no reason for that. It makes no sense if you're trying to do some kind of realistic balance here. But those cars aren't even meta, and if they were, it would be even better if they had 100% grip because it would make it a lot more competitive for those cars. I believe Miatas and Porsches, not excluding the RSR, obviously, guys. The RSR is very dominant, but like the GT3 and the GT2 RS. The GT2 RS does not have 100% grip from what I remember. If you could get 100% grip with that thing, it would be an absolute monster. It would be so much better to have the extra 20%. I know the S2K goes to 80%. Imagine that thing at 100% grip. It would be so much better for cornering. Because in real life, that car I built is literally a global time attack car. It should be able to get 100% grip. There's no reason for that. And it would make the balancing of this game and the meta shift a little bit, I believe. There would be some cars that would be better in certain categories than others if we had 100% grip and 100% drift available to all cars as just an open meter. It should just go back and forth. That's personally what I believe. If you guys agree with me, let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Now, the one thing I will say is Oh my lord. Anyway, trying to keep it together, man. It's really been hard for me to play this game on stream, guys. I'm sorry, but like, I don't enjoy playing this game for long periods of time. I wish I did. I used to. Like at the beginning, it was really fun to grind this game out, but now I'm starting to lose that love for it just because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of stuff for me to do. And the main reason is actually my #1 reason, and a lot of the things you guys have been complaining about to me is the economy of this game. It is so hard to make money. You get 20K per playlist, which means essentially you get like 8K, 9K per race. 30K if you're lucky at the end of a playlist. So that's 10K per race. I don't think there's ever been a Need for Speed game where you got $10,000 for one race. I believe it was always 30 to 40. Each playlist should at least, in my opinion, give you $100,000 to $120,000. That would make playing this game a lot more tolerable, and building stuff and testing and tuning, make it so that people don't always have to look to YouTubers. Now, I love being a part of the build community. I love the fact that all you guys look to me to make this game have more depth and able to save your money and build the cars that I have, and that should still be an option for you, and I really appreciate you coming by my channel for that reason. But I believe you should be able to test and tune on your own without having to put 3 days of work into building the money to accumulate one build for one car, because in reality that's how long it takes. And God, when people spam races, like, I feel bad for this guy, because look, he's not able to get a race. I've denied that race 3 or 4 times. The lobby size needs to increase, man, but the economy in this game is horrible. This is the worst economy in gaming. I've never played a game where I've struggled this much for currency. I really don't. I really can't think of it. If you guys can think of one, let me know. But personally, I think this is terrible. If you win every race after desyncing and, you know, colliding with people for hours, it'll take you 10 hours to build about $1 million. That's enough for one S-Class car, maybe, if you test and tune it on your own. My cheapest budget build on the channel is 175K, and that's for a B-Class 180SX. A competitive B-Class 180SX. I don't feel like that's reasonable, and I don't feel like that makes much sense. Something needs to shift, whether the parts get cheaper or the races get, you know, more money for yourself. It needs to switch. It really needs to, you know, happen, man. And if ranked play were to happen in this game, it'd be nice, because it seems like, you know, these categories, they're going for kind of more competitive feel. Like, imagine if there was races that you got points for and you lost, you know, speed rank for, we'll call it SR, kind of how it is in Call of Duty. I think it's called SR, but imagine you got speed rank. Like, the higher you were, more points, you get paired up against racers like that. But to be honest, I don't know if the community is still here for that, because it seems like 80% of the people are no longer playing this game, at least considering when you look at the Militia Gaming community post that he made on his channel. I think there was about 1,600 votes, he said, and 84% of the people said they were no longer playing this game. Just goes to show, man, this March update needs to kill it, or we're looking at a very scary future for yet another Need for Speed game. And it's crazy how people are going back to Heat and it died in the same way. We can't depend on just the modding community to carry this game, because at the end of the day, most of the Need for Speed consumers, I believe, are on console. Like, I have a PC and I will purchase a copy on PC if I have to, but I play on console just because of the, you know, there's no real issues. I heard it was pretty buggy on PC. People have a lot of issues over there, losing data, having to start completely over. I mean, it's crazy. I don't have any of those issues on console, luckily, but man, I'm really scared for the future of this game. I really hope they knock it out of the park with this March update, and I believe these 3 things at the very least would make this game playable for just a little bit longer. Balance changes, I need some more money to be made, and I need it so that the lobbies are bigger so I have more people to play with, and maybe some just cruising lobbies. Like, you know, I'd like to have a car meet. I'd like to fill up this whole parking lot with people, but there still be races going on. Like, that would be sick. Party sizes of 8 would be dope. And I don't need to see it on my screen. I really don't need to see 4 names across the top. That needs to go. I don't need to see that, just personally. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in to another video, man. I really hope I covered a lot from what I missed in the last video. If you guys still think I missed something, which I might have, let me know in the comments down below. Let them know, you guys. Let them know what we need, because it's only a matter of time before we see this game make or break itself. I really hope they continue with the content. So MxgicIQ, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Build videos coming tomorrow and the day after that. Oh, I'm sorry, tomorrow's Sunday. So actually, build videos coming Monday. I'll see you guys after that. It's MxgicIQ, and I'm out. Peace.